Sup y'all, welcome to the cartoon tier list. I found this one on Google. And first of all, let's do some housekeeping. I don't believe in the S plus tier. Let's just keep it simple and make it the S tier, shall we? How do I delete a tier? Aha. There we go. Oh shoot, I messed up the color coding. Maybe I'll just rename it. Oh crud. Oh. Will refreshing save my progress? Oh, it does. Wonderful. Okay, let's add a row below. Oh my gosh, yo, it's not the right color. Hold on, technical difficulties. This is the S tier. Let's make this the GOAT tier. We'll put one thing up there. E tier, what? E for excellent? Now we're doing this old school grading style. There we go. S, A, B, C, D, F, never seen or don't remember, and I don't know. I like the I don't know tier being separate from the never seen or don't remember tier. Anywho, there's like 400 cartoons here, so let's do the statistics thing and take a random sample. Mighty Ducks, okay, I've never seen that. Just so it doesn't get chosen again, can I, oh my gosh. It's so hard to even move it into the tier list itself because there's so many cartoons. Never seen this one. Oh my gosh. You know what? How about I just look at things I recognize? Tom and Jerry? Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to move this one up. Oh, by the way, I'm going at this from the perspective of kid me, okay? So this is like my prime time, My prime for when I was watching cartoons was the ages of I'd say starting from kindergarten, which was 5 years old, going all the way up until around 13 years old. So we'll go around that time. Because my perspective as an adult on some of these cartoons, especially the ones with more mature themes like Adventure Time and Regular Show, my opinions of those cartoons are way different from when they were kids, or when I was a kid. So I want to capture just how I felt about them when I was a kid. Just because the kids are the target audience for these things 99% of the time. So I think that would be more interesting than just taking the most logical, sensible approach. I like the irrationality of Kid Me. Anywho. Tom and Jerry. Okay, listen. Tom and Jerry is one of the greats, one of the legends, one of the most popular cartoons, right? But do you sit down in front of a TV and just watch Tom and Jerry for hours on end? You could do that with some of the cartoons here, but not with Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry, I am not putting it anywhere below C. The physical comedy of Tom and Jerry, it at least puts it B tier, I'd say. Very funny, very good. Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures, you know what? Just because I saw it, this is goofy, bruh. This is goofy. I like this show. It's funny. I actually rewatched it, I think when I was, 14? That was fun then. But when I watched it for the first time back when I was a little kid, what did I feel about it? I sort of liked it. I don't think I really got into it. I like the visual style, but other than that, I don't really remember too much about it. So let's put it in C tier. Is that OKKO? Oh my gosh. Okay, I didn't watch this one when I was growing up, so I'm not going to count it. Annoying Orange. Okay. When I was a kid, I watched the heck out of Annoying Orange. I watched all the videos. I watched the parodies. I remember the Party Rock parody, where Party Rock was a literal pet rock. Yeah, this is an easy D tier. I found some of the jokes funny, but it's just, the art is ugly, the character designs are ugly, the plots are, I wouldn't say absolutely awful, but they're not particularly interesting or memorable. It would be C tier, if not for the fact that the characters were so ugly, so I'm putting it in D tier. I think that's a good summary. My gosh, there's so many cartoons here. A lot of them are for like little kids. My gosh. And I'm looking for like the big shots, you know? Regular Show. Invader Zim. Ooh. Nah, okay. I hardly remember Invader Zim But at the time that I watched it, I felt like it was a bunch of really weird, gross humor. I think I got into it as a kid, actually. And I sort of, acted like Invader Zim and the characters in the show who were like screaming and extreme all the time. So just because of the effect it had on me as a kid, just because of the way it affected my personality, I'd put it, you see, if it affected me at that degree, I wouldn't feel right putting it anywhere below B tier. Let's see. Oh my gosh, yes. Johnny Test. I have strong opinions on Johnny Test. Johnny Test is pure brain rot in cartoon form. Before we had TikTok, before we had Skibbity Toilet, before we had MLG compilations, we had Johnny Test. Oh my gosh, it's just constant stimulation, constant switching from scene to scene, constant whip noises, but the colors were bright, the characters were loud and big and funny and emotional. So, but the plots themselves were not particularly emotionally resonant. There was no powerful messages they were sending at all. So lame. Anywho, all right, my recording's fine. Johnny Test gets to go into, at most, C tier. It cannot go any higher than this. I'd say, you know what? I like the chemistry that Johnny has with the other characters. I like the chemistry the characters have with each other. Like Mr. Black and Mr. White, those guys were so funny. And then I like the part where they blew up Malaysia. Yeah, okay. I'm not putting it anywhere below C tier. I think C is a pretty good place for it. Teen Titans Go? Okay. How did I feel about Teen Titans Go? You see, Johnny Test, when I was a little fat, chubby kid just sitting on the couch eating cereal and Hot Pockets watching Johnny Test, I knew, even back then, that this was dumb and stupid and boring. But at least had simulation. When I watched Teen Titans Go, I was a little bit older, but mostly the plots were really stupid and pointless. But the characters just had so much chemistry with each other, and the art style is so nice and bright and colorful. Honestly, the art direction for this show is really good in comparison to a lot of shows out there. I'd say C tier is fine for it. But honestly, as a kid watching this, okay, for now, this could definitely move down. But I'd say kid me, just looking at the roster of shows in my heyday of watching Cartoon Network, you see, the environment of Cartoon Network at the time was this. We had Amazing World of Gumball, Adventure Time, regular show, Steven Universe, Teen Titans Go, and Clarence, and maybe some other TV show special stuff, and also Ben 10. Teen Titans Go, among those cartoons, you could make an argument that it's B tier. Not like a... Okay, no, some of the episodes are pretty bad. You know what? I choose to be an optimist. I choose to be a nice guy. I'd say there's an argument you could make for C tier, and possibly even D tier. But Kid Me... No, I'm putting it as C tier. I was going to say, Kid Me didn't hate the show. He hated it a little bit. I don't think it deserves as much hate as the internet gives it, but it does deserve some hate. It deserves enough hate for C tier. It's just that it's a bastardization of such beloved characters that people, they feel really angry about it. Oh, Adventure Time, let's go. Sending that right up. All right, we are putting this at least A tier, right? Okay. Adventure Time, I love Adventure Time. I love the concept of Adventure Time. Just these two dudes, these two bros, chilling in this super fantasy world and going on adventures, that was awesome. But then they started introducing a bunch of emotional stuff. They gave Finn this a really toxic relationship with Flame Princess, and I was like, ugh, this doesn't make me happy. This doesn't inspire a sense of adventure. This inspires sadness. This inspires unease. This inspires anxiety. I don't want to feel anxiety when watching freaking Adventure Time. I want to see him find the Enchiridion and the Psychic Tandem War Elephant, not deal with relationship issues and become literally abusive. So, I don't want to put you anywhere higher than S tier. Now, looking back on Adventure Time as an adult, I could see why they put Finn on that emotional arc, right? He had to grow and develop as a character, which was really important for the show, especially as it went into the long term. It's really hard to make or justify a long-term show with an overarching plot if your character doesn't go through any kind of development. So I totally get why the writers felt the need to move Finn's character forward when it comes to relationships. But as a kid, I did not give a care. I did not give a single a doo-doo droplet for Finn's relationship troubles. All I wanted to do is see him do some action and adventure sometimes with Jake and stuff and fight the Lich or something. So, kid me would put it in A tier, possibly even B tier, just because of how harrowing the frickin' Flame Princess episodes were. Let's see. Ooh, I want to rank Owl House, but I didn't grow up with Owl House. I watched it as an adult, so I don't think that would be fair. Uncle Grandpa. Uncle Grandpa's absolute C tier. Possibly, no, you know what? You know what? This feels right. My soul is telling me Uncle Grandpa belongs in the D tier. Now listen. The concept of this super powerful interdimensional being who goes to kids' houses and is their uncle and also grandpa. No, actually, he's their uncle grandpa. With Gus and Pizza Steve. Like, that's just such a weird concept. That's so bizarre. And it is interesting to think of it at first, but when you actually watch the episodes, I feel like the concept just really can't take the show any further than it's hard to describe. You know what? Just watch the show, you'll feel that it's mid, the plots are mid, the characters are mid, and the generally less than appealing art design, especially in comparison to the other cartoons that were airing right beside it. Like, this aired alongside regular show Adventure Time and Steven Universe. Like, would you really choose to watch Uncle Grandpa instead of those cartoons? Really, the answer is no a lot of the time, so I would put it in the lower tier. Yeah. El Tigre? Oh my gosh, dude. Dude. What are you doing here? You need to go right up into the A tier. This show is so much fun. You have El Tigre! And his whole family is a bunch of supervillains, and he's like a hero fighting the villains. He's like, okay, this is a bit from memory. This show is a bit further backward. You see, there was this like preteen phase where I was like 9 through 13, and that's where I watched Adventure Time, regular show, stuff like that. But I had this elementary school phase where I watched Johnny Test and El Tigre and Invader Zim. So El Tigre falls into the latter when I was describing it and former chronologically. So this is one of the older shows. I don't remember as much about it, but I remember the plots being super duper fun, the action being really cool, the characters being really funny. I remember like El Tigre's family dynamics with his father and grandfather. You don't get stuff that fun very often. And you don't get art this cool or action scenes that big, and like those big pop-ups like shing shing. You get to see the clash of clans, the claws. That's what I meant to say. Good grief. You get to see the claws slashing everywhere. My gosh, oh my gosh, it's so good. Avatar: The Last Airbender. People have talked about this show to death. It's an S tier. Although I will say, as a kid, I knew how good the plot was, right? It was amazing, even back then. But back then, it was harder to appreciate the show for what it was, for sure, because of the fact that it was episodic. So you wouldn't be able to watch the whole show in one sitting or like chronologically the way it was intended to be watched like you can on Netflix now. But back then, you'd see a few episodes from book one and then a few episodes from Ba Sing Se, and you wouldn't be able to get all the pieces of what exactly happened in between because it aired episodically. So it was a victim of the format in which it was broadcast, but I'm judging the show based on how I remember it. Not how it was meant to be watched, but how I felt about it back then. So for that, it gets the S tier still. Oh man, My Little Pony, that would also be S tier, but unfortunately, I watched that while I was in college. Good grief. Total Drama Island. Okay, listen. Total Drama Island is fun. I like the characters. I like the situations. I like the games they're in. I like the drama. Well, that's the whole point, right? I wouldn't watch it more than I would Adventure Time or El Tigre, but it's not a bad cartoon. I didn't dislike it. I definitely didn't dislike it. Teen Titans Go, ugh. Yo, what's it doing in the C tier? Why did I put it there? Oh well. You know what? You could stay there for now. There's some endearing qualities about you. Total Drama Island is not as bad as Teen Titans Go. How long have I been recording now? 15 minutes. Oh my gosh. Yo, should I pick up the pace? We've only gone through what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, this doesn't even count. Just 11 cartoons so far. Oh my gosh. Maybe I should be faster. Kids Next Door. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I am so tempted to put it in the S tier. But the thing is, I don't remember enough about this show to feel that strongly about it. I revisited it very briefly in college. I watched like half an episode. I watched some clips on YouTube as well. Just so I could jog my memory, you know? I remember the inventions being really awesome. But other than that, I don't remember. Oh. I am so tempted to put it in the A tier. I think the plots and the characters were interesting, but not more interesting than El Tigre or Adventure Time. Yeah, I don't remember what exactly happens in the show, but I remember it being enjoyable and action-packed and imaginative enough to put it in the A tier. This is one of the shows where the concept really shines. You see in other shows like Uncle Grandpa, Clarence, it's not about the concept itself, but the presentation. Actually, no, Uncle Grandpa's about the concept. What am I talking about? But Clarence for sure. It's about the presentation. It's just normal people doing normal people stuff, right? But the stories that happen are so interesting that the show justifies its existence. Kids Next Door justifies its existence from not only the main characters, the main cast's chemistry and the villain's chemistry, but also the super imaginative world of a bunch of kids all around the world, this gigantic spy network making their own super advanced technology out of nothing but wood, cardboard, and glue, stuff you can find at arts and crafts because they're all kids, and it's so creative and so awesome. Then you have the abbreviated inventions. Oh my gosh. This is the mosquito, the massive, oversized, sucky, quintessential, I don't know, man. But those were so creative that it definitely deserves A tier. There was an Iron Man cartoon? Oh, wait, I think I might remember, like, really late at night. This might have unlocked some new memories. Really late at night, you'd see Iron Man airing. And, oh my gosh, yeah, that show destroyed my sleep schedule when I was younger and made me the man I am today. How unfortunate. But was it worth it? No. I don't remember anything about the Iron Man show other than there was Iron Man in it. Hazbin Hotel is here? That wasn't a childhood cartoon, bro. What are these adult cartoons doing here with everything else? Oh well. I guess this is the cartoon tier list, not the only family-friendly cartoons. Arcane is here? Bruh, okay. Just for funsies, I definitely didn't watch this as a kid because literally that's physically and temporally impossible. But yeah, you could go right there. You're good. All right. Moving on. Baymax, didn't watch that. What the fudge? Fanboy and Chum Chum? Yo, am I really about to rank Fanboy and Chum Chum before regular show and before Gravity Falls? Yeah. Here's the thing. I actually watched this show quite a bit. I actually F with this show when I was a kid. And it's because the humor was so bad. Now, usually ugly character designs and art, I'd be turned off by that, like with Annoying Orange. But here, I think it was so bad it's good. It's one of those situations, right? My heart tells me it's a B tier, but my brain tells me it's a C tier. Yeah, I'd say it's a Johnny Test tier. Yeah, I like that. It's a Johnny Test tier. Breadwinners is basically just 2D Fanboy and Chum Chum. You go in the C tier as well. There you go. Have fun, guys. Ben 10 Alien Force. You guys are going to hate me for this, but I did not watch Alien Force very much. I mean, I did watch quite a few episodes, don't get me wrong. But did I mess with it as much as these other ones? I don't think so. And I think the biggest reason is just because as a kid I was a lot more attracted to humor. I really like funny cartoons. That's why when I find Amazing World of Gumball, I'm going to put it right in the S tier. And Adventure Time, El Tigre, there was a ton of humor and bright colors in that. Ben 10 Alien Force, you have the dark colors, you have... Wait. Alien Force? Is that the same as Ben 10 Ultimate? Like, what? Ben 10 Alien Force. Isn't Alien Force a movie? Am I tripping? No, 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 no. This is Alien Force. Ben 10 Ultimate Alien? What the? Oh my gosh, wait, this is 2 years, 2008 to 2010, 2010 to 2012. Okay, if I were to rank it among the cartoons, this feels so dirty. This feels disgusting. Putting Ben 10 right next to Breadwinners and Fanboy and Chum Chum. The action was good, the set pieces were good, but I don't remember anything else about it. The aliens were good, but I don't remember anything else about it. The characters, they talked, and I don't know if the chemistry was as strong as even Teen Titans Go chemistry. And yo, was I just a brain-rotted kid back then? Did I just need more color and stimulation in my life? And so Ben 10 Alien Force, without the color and the stimulation and the loud noises, I just couldn't get into it? Oh my gosh, bruh. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. As an adult, I apologize for that, but I really did not choose to watch Ben 10 Alien Force. I'm going to be so real with you. As a kid, I know for a fact I would rather watch Breadwinners, Fanboy, Chum Chum, Teen Titans Go, and Johnny Test over Ben 10 Alien Force. So many of you guys will disagree, but that's the way I am. Fairly Odd Parents, some of the episodes were boring, bruh. Some episodes got wild. You could make an argument that this is D tier, but I think C tier. You know what? We could consider that C minus tier. Yeah. All right, let's put Teen Titans Go at the top here. You know what? The first cartoon here is like the highest ranked. So let's put, you know what? Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. It is what it is. Clarence, ooh. C tier for Clarence. You see, Clarence had really cool episodes. I was actually more invested in the plots of Clarence than I was in the plots of Ben 10 Alien Force, I'm not going to lie. And also Fanboy and Chum Chum. Yeah, it's better than that. Better than Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures. I at least know what happened in Clarence. But maybe that's just because I was older when I watched it. Anywho. Oh my gosh, Naruto is here? Oh, that's Shippuden. Bro, the OG Naruto series, I watched that when I was like, what? 15, 14, 13? Man, that John was good. That John was good. Kick Patowski. Hold on. Sorry, Kick. Something more important right here in front of me. Wander Over Yonder. You see, as a kid, I love Wander Over Yonder. Wander is such a fun character. He's a massive troll. He just messes with Hater the whole time. Super fun to watch. But this was genuinely one of my favorite cartoons to watch as a kid. And I definitely did not see enough of it. This show barely aired at the time that I watched it. And that was like, what? 2012? 2012? Okay, it was between 2010 to 2013. I think that's when I watched it. But man, it barely... What the fudge? What is that? What are those words? The show was called Wander Over Yonder, but here it's called Galaxia Wander? What? Am I tripping? Galaxia Wander? The Karaman dub of Wander Over Yonder. Oh. Okay. My bad. All right. I'm not tripping. Yo. Yeah, Wander's a really fun character. Hater's a fun character. Sylvia's a really fun character. I love Sylvia. Commander Peepers was great. Sounded like SpongeBob. I don't know if there's much else to say, though. It's quite a simple show, but I just really like it. It's carried by characters alone. What the heck? Yo, Tak and the Power of Juju? Why does that look so familiar? Now, there are some shows here that just give me really vague memories. Going up the elevator of cartoon history. You, We Bare Bears, you're going real high. Beaver Bears. They were nice characters. The plots were nice and cozy and fun. But I don't think it's as memorable as some of the other ones here. All right. This is fun. I like ranking things. I like going down memory lane and revisiting my opiniones. I am Weasel. I am Cashew. We Baby Bears. Oh. Yo. If I were a kid at the time that came out, I would have watched the heck out of that. Yo, what are these? What is this? What are we showing the American public now? Can we bring morals back to the world? Can we teach people to be good people again? What's this? Is this Star Wars? Oh, that's that new thing. The one with the samurai and the helicopter. Hunter. Golly gee. I think I did watch Hunter. Yeah, I did watch Hunter when I was a kid. You know what? This looks like the 90s version of it. But I'm gonna, yeah, you going up. Now, technically, this is supposed to be not an anime. This was a cartoon tier list. I wasn't gonna put anime up here, but since you're here, yeah, there you go. The Hunter exam, goated. Greed Island, not as good as Hunter exam in my opinion, but then you fight the Phantom Troop. Then you have Heaven's Arena. Yeah, Hisoka can go get a crotch punch. Steven Universe. Oh, you're one of the big boys. Hold on a second. And I'm not just talking about your body, Steven. Hold on. Let's not get canceled here. Steven Universe, you get a B tier at the very minimum. This is not a C tier show. But is it as enjoyable as Adventure Time, El Tigre, Kids Next Door, and Wander Over Yonder? Okay, you know what? Maybe Wander Over Yonder. Goes a little bit down here. Yeah, I'm sorry. It is what it is, yeah. It's just that the plots themselves weren't as engaging. Steven Universe, you get to go... you stay below Wander. As a kid, I actually did like Wander Over Yonder more than Steven Universe, despite me watching so much more Steven Universe than Wander Over Yonder, just because of how little this show aired. But Steven Universe is a good show. It's enjoyable. The main cast is really good. I love Garnet. I don't love Pearl. I'm sorry. But Amethyst, yeah, she's sort of like, a nicer, more chill version of Rigby, She's still a little twerp who does the wrong thing sometimes and is immature. But Steven Universe, a lot of the episodes are like not taking advantage of the concept, I'd say. You get a mixed bag with Steven Universe is what I think is the best way of putting it. See, half the episodes are actual cool gem action and main cast development that you come to the show for, which is like the whole point. And then maybe a half to a third of the episodes are like just beach city characters living their normal human lives. And that's like so boring. I want to see Steven get new superpowers. I want to see like the gems finding new homeworld threats and fighting them. The gems getting over their like relationship troubles with each other. I wouldn't say it's uninteresting. I'd say it's good content. But comparatively speaking, the amount of enjoyment I get from that versus We Bare Bears and El Tigre, as a kid, I'm not going to cartoons for people to work through their relationship troubles. There's this saying, art should disturb the comforted and comfort the disturbed. And I disagree. I think art should comfort the disturbed and the comforted. I think we should just comfort everybody. Is that crazy to think? I don't think so. Anywho, fish hooks, come up here. Come up here. I watched the heck out of you, and you made me such an annoying person. You go in the D tier. Yeah, there you go. Slug Terra. Oh. Yeah, I'm lightning rounding for a second here. I spent so much time ranting about Steven Universe, talking in circles. I don't know if I really communicated what I wanted to say about Steven Universe. Maybe I'll loop back to it in a bit. But for now, oh, Slug Terra. Do I like you as much as Last Airbender Arcane and Hunter x Hunter? These are the masterpieces. These... Slug Terra was fun, right? But I don't think they went as complex and as interesting with the concept as it possibly could have been. I mean, the concept itself fundamentally is pretty simple. You take these little cute little slugs, you put them in a gun, and you shoot them at the gun, and they turn into really badass Pokemon. But, I mean, you've seen one episode. You've seen a lot of the episodes then. And really, the biggest reason to watch other episodes of Slug Terra is to see the other slugs in the world. Which is not bad, of course, but I feel like you could get a similar amount of enjoyment from looking at animations in a Pokédex or something like that, you know? And not actually watching the plots of the show and seeing what the characters go through, their struggles. I just want to see the slugs, man. Just shoot some slugs out of a gun and... Ugh! Yo, what is that? Oh! Yo, I had it good when I was a kid. What are people making nowadays? The Misadventures of Flapjack! This show also did not air super often when I was, old enough to remember stuff. So, I really enjoyed Flapjack. You're going in the B tier for sure. Let's see. I want to talk about Regular Show. Where the heck is Regular Show? Can I find it? Danny Phantom. Oh, you're a big shot. Hold up. Big shot incoming. You know what? Maybe I'll end off this recording with Regular Show. I like that idea. Danny Phantom, you are a good watch. You are absolutely at least B tier. Are you A tier? Possibly. Okay, it was good. It was enjoyable. It was a nice show. But is it one of the big greats? I don't think so. And I don't really know why. Maybe the main characters just weren't as endearing. Sam and Tucker? I don't know. I don't really remember being super attached to the dynamic between Danny, Sam, and Tucker. Or Danny and Jazz. I mean, Jazz was chill, I guess, but not really there. Danny and his parents. Okay, you know what? I think I know why Danny Phantom's not one of the big-time greats, in my opinion. It's because of the chemistry between the main characters. Conceptually and actionally, Danny Phantom is a really good show. And the cool ghost fights are nice. And the big villain, Vlad, and Danny fighting Vlad is cool. But do I care about him in the main cast? No, I care about Steven Universe. He has a family, a surrogate family of space alien warriors protecting him and raising him. That's awesome. And he has this cool guitar dad who does the car wash and goes like with the hose. What did I just do in those last 3 seconds? That's cool. That's endearing. That's fun. Whenever their relationships get strained, I'm thinking, okay, it's probably going to get sorted out in the next 10 minutes. But I am at least interested in their relationships. Danny Phantom, I don't think I really give a care. But you're at least B tier, Danny Phantom. That's for dang sure. I don't want to talk about the more basic cartoons like Tough Puppy, Kung Fu Panda Legends of Awesomeness. They're just more, regular old action, nothing particularly interesting to say. What you see is what you get, essentially. You want action, you want fart jokes, you want characters with big personalities and big fists. There you go. You got it. But there are some shows here that are worth talking about. Regular Show, come on. Where are you, dude? Mordecai, Rigby, get yourselves on this tier list in the next 5 minutes or you're fired. Okay, this is not organized by alphabetical order. This is an A next to a V. How is it organized then? Is this like new and like this is old all the way up here? No, Star vs. the Forces of Evil is right next to Jake Long. Those were definitely not in the same era. Oh my gosh. Max Steel, you go in the Slugterra tier. I do want to show some love to Max Steel. Max Steel is one of my favorite characters just in general in the cartoon era back then. Same with you, Mighty B. You were so good. I'm tempted to put you in the A tier. You know what? We Bear Bears, come to the front. Come to the front of the line. Yeah, you could go above Mighty B. Steven Universe also above Mighty B. Mighty B was fun and cool and awkward, which was the whole appeal of her character. Yeah, I'm putting her above Flapjack. Yeah, that looks good to me. You know, let's put John and Jerry in the back. You've seen one episode of Tom and Jerry, you've seen half the episodes. Pickle and Peanut. A part of me tells me that show's a travesty. But don't quote me on that. I'm not committed to that opinion. Feel free to change my mind about Pickle and Peanut in the comments section below. Alright, you know what? I'm actually pausing this recording just to find regular show. Okay, I still haven't found it, but I bet people are going to rag on me for not talking about Gravity Falls. What more is there to say about Gravity Falls, really? Gravity Falls is just a dang good show. It is a dang good show. You could definitely make an argument for the S tier here. I mean, fun characters, great chemistry, great concepts for all the episodes. I would rather watch this superhero kid slash up a giant robot made by his grandfather, but watching these two kids go through a monster mystery and travel back in time to save Mabel from going crazy over a pig. That's interesting stuff. That's cool stuff. The twin plot line, I mean, I love Stanford's character, but I think I'd rather watch El Tigre cut a robot in half with like sharp tiger claws. But yeah, Gravity Falls is not supposed to be about action. It was more of like a horror suspense kind of thing, with the action not being a fight in particular, but more of the characters just trying to survive till the next day, which is engaging in its own right and definitely deserves a high spot on this list. Great plot. I remember I like came home early and made time for my day because I think the series finale of Gravity Falls, the Chaos Apocalypse or something like that, was airing right beside the Amazing World of Gumball's Darwin backstory transformation thing, where he was like a little goldfish crawling through the desert. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. That aired at the exact, those two episodes aired at the exact same night. So I was frantically panicking to go between them. Oh my gosh. What great events those were. That was such a hype thing back then. The Gravity Falls Chaos Apocalypse. I mean, I don't think I had many friends back then, so I didn't really talk about it with anyone else. But for me personally, this was a hype event. This was huge. But I feel like Gravity Falls, it's been talked about to death already all over the internet. And I've already said what makes it nice. The suspense, the art style for sure, the setting. You know what? Let's have a little Gravity Falls glazing session right now. Not because I'm adding opinions that haven't been said before, but because I feel like it. I feel like it deserves it. Great character chemistry, great setting, great plots, great action, as in like danger set pieces, great messages, wholesome content all around, and some great villains that led to a really cool overarching plot with Stanford and Stan in the portals. And you'd be wondering, what the heck is Stan doing with all these books, and why is he standing in front of a portal? I thought this was just some regular old grifter guy who scams tourists at his like scam shack. But no, he's got this whole big plan going on. It's like, wow, there's more to this character than meets the eye. And it's like, wow. Anywho, yeah, great show. Amazing World of Gumball. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go up. Go up. You are going in the S tier. Yes, sir. This is a comedic masterpiece, okay? This, oh my gosh. I was really going to end off this recording with regular show without even doing Amazing World of Gumball. My gosh. My golly. It's getting a bit dark in here. Let me turn on the light. Anywho, Amazing World of Gumball has, the same kind of chemistry quality between its main characters, but with the added bonus of the comedy just being really freaking clever. You have the characters calling out each other's flaws with rapid dialogue just to fit it inside the episode and also within the pacing in order to get everything comedically timed. It was a bit rushed sometimes, but most of the time, I think it was really well done. It was super funny whenever they'd start quipping and insulting each other under their breath. That was like their biggest thing. But, okay, I don't know why I'm making the show sound not so funny just from the way I'm describing it. But it really is. Physical comedy-wise, S tier. Dialogue comedy-wise, S tier. Character arcs, I guess B at least tier. The setting, the art style, oh my gosh, the super varied art style with the 2D graphics in the 3D scenes. Like you're literally looking at real life photographs, it looks like. And then you have these 3D models with these 2Ds and they're interacting in the same space. Man, this show is just an absolute gem and I'm so glad it exists. It really is an amazing world of Gumball. And also, Gumball being a huge jerk and getting his teeth kicked in every single episode and falling off of buildings and getting hit by trains and stuff, that was super fun. Darwin can be kind of annoying sometimes, but the more annoying he is, the better it gets. Yeah, that's the good stuff right there. Gumball is, I think, the funniest cartoon I've ever watched. 100%. And humor is the number one thing I value in a cartoon. Because when I watch a cartoon, I'm there for chill vibes. I'm here to relax. I just got home from school. I don't want no drama. I don't want to think about toxic relationships. I don't want to think about the drama that a family is going through as they come to terms with their origins and their relationships with people who are different from them but living under the same roof. I just want some good, dumb fun with some goofy-ah characters doing goofy-ah things. Like, I don't know, trying to become a millionaire by selling all your organs. Like, I think that was actually one of the episodes. More stuff like that, please. Good grief. Kids just want to chill when they watch cartoons, and that's exactly what Gumball was for. Speaking of chill, I watched Amphibia when I was a grown adult. I watched The Owl House and I was like, wow, that cartoon was great, even though I didn't think it would be that much because it's just a Harry Potter ripoff. It's not. It kind of is, but I don't mind it. Amphibia is the GOAT. Yeah, I want to say this somewhere in my life before I inevitably die. Amphibia is my favorite TV show of all time. Yes, not just my favorite cartoon, my favorite TV show of all time. It has, I think, the most wholesome interactions between all the characters. It's not as funny as Gumball, even though I said humor's like the number one thing I value in a cartoon. And that was definitely true back then. Gumball would be the GOAT from a kid's perspective. Oh yeah, you know how I said all of this is, this whole list is meant from my perspective as a kid? Yeah, Amphibia, I did not watch this as a kid, but I just want to glaze it anyway. This is the GOAT. Oh, that's not fair, is it? That's not fair. All right. I just want to say it. Amphibia is the GOAT as an adult, but I've never seen it as a kid. Gumball's the GOAT. There we go. Nice. Oh, you put it above The Last Airbender. Man, I don't know what happened last episode. Why the heck does Aang have a new glider? Why is Sokka's hair different? What the heck is going on? What did I miss in these episodes? You wouldn't have that kind of issue with The Amazing World of Gumball because everything is episodic. And so you could watch the episodes in any freaking order you want. I could just get home from school and get right back into the chill mode. Good grief. Good grief. No, I'm just looking for a regular show. Ultimate Spider-Man? That show was fun. I hardly remember it though. I have such distinct memories of stuff like Gravity Falls and like even the Fairly Odd Parents just because of the sheer volume of Fairly Odd Parents I watched. But Ultimate Spider-Man? I don't know why I don't remember it that much. As a kid, I simply chose not to watch much of it. Teen Titans, oh my gosh. Raven is actually my IRL wife today because of Teen Titans. Teen Titans is going. I'm so ashamed that I just said that. Teen Titans is going at least in the A tier. But the thing is, I barely watched any of it because it immediately got phased out by Adventure Time as soon as I tried to get into it. I hardly watched it, but I remember every single episode I watched. I loved it. Such great action, such great everything. This is easily going in the A tier. Yeah. I like the characters more than Max Steel for sure. And I think the characters have more chemistry than Slugterra. And I think the villains are cooler than Kids Next Door. I mean, you have the freaking Ice Cream Man and Father from Kids Next Door. And in Teen Titans, you have literal Deathstroke. So how in the frick are you beating Deathstroke? What the heck? There's a fourth Powerpuff Girl now, and she's like double the height. What the fudge? Yo, this... It looks kind of weird to see her like so much bigger than the other girls. Oh well, I guess that's just the awkwardness of kids, eh? You have like two kids that are the exact same age, and one of them's like double the height just because of growth spurts. It's crazy, man. Crazy how humans are, how they do. Mordecai and Rigby are evading me. Where could they possibly be? No, one of these squares, I'm just going to see like a muscle man's butt cheeks and I'll be like, ah! It's going to start tweaking. Curious George, Bob Esponja. Bro, Bob Esponja is going in the C tier. Most of the episodes are not great. Some of the episodes are funny, but most of it is just boring slop. You know what? Bob Esponja, most of you, you're going in the D tier. Most of your episodes are D tier. I cannot lie. Is it absolutely revolting to my eyes? Is it like the worst thing ever? No, I don't think so. Otherwise, how in the world would it even air? It would just be immediately canceled if it was F tier, right? Yeah, that's typically how it works. That's why Symbiotic Titan was canceled so fast. Freaking butt turds. How could you cancel Symbiotic Titan? Just because it's not selling toys. Literally, this is the most toy-like toy you could ever sell as a toy. Like, good grief. Ninjago, listen. Ninjago was my thing back then. I had so many sets. I had the Samurai X, I had the Serpentine, I had the Skeletons, I had the Stone Warriors. I forget which season the freaking Stone Warriors are from anyway. This is an A tier, easily. Oh my gosh. You know what? You go above Teen Titans, I'm sorry. Teen Titans is just so old. I don't remember too much of it. And also, they're not made of Legos, so I can't buy Lego Teen Titans. I mean, I'm sure there are Legos of Teen Titans, but I never got Legos of those when I was a kid. Heck no. I even got like the little Spinjitzu little discs. Y'all remember those? You put the spinner, you put the Lego minifigure on this little Lego disc and then you spin it around. That was so much fun. They're doing Spinjitzu in that way. Jump up, kick back, whip around and spin. I think the season when I was a kid, I stopped watching when it was around the Ghost Tournament arc thing. That's when I sort of lost view of the plot. I was like, we beat We beat some super giant monsters. We saved the world like a bajillion times from world, maybe universe-ending threats. How in the world is there still stuff to fight, you know? Like, we should just retire or something at this point. Is that just the literal Avenger? Oh, no. I was like, yo, that's the exact same poses that the Avengers make in, like, the movie. I thought this was just straight up the movie. What the heck is this? Who invited Falcon to pose with the Avengers? Nah, you ain't in the movie. Let's see. Who the heck? What is this? Aria. Aria. I don't think she's pleased with my pronunciation of her name. I apologize. I'm an American. I don't know how to pronounce any words. It is what it is. English is a difficult language after all. I hate English. But I'm too American to learn any other languages. It is what it is. I'm so tempted. Listen, okay, you know what? Can we just pretend that Hell of a Boss is a regular show? Since I'm not going to put it in the list anyway. Yeah. Look, guys, it's a regular show. Oh, that dog. That's... Okay, the dog is Mordecai. Blitz is Rigby. that actually fits so well. And then... actually, no. Blitz is Rigby. Moxie is Mordecai. Millie is Muscle Man. And Luna's what? Skips, I guess? Yeah, sure. All right, regular show is going in the A tier. But here's the thing, okay? I actually got beef with this show when I was a kid. I used to love regular show. The fact that it goes from just a couple of dudes doing their jobs at the park or slacking off suddenly escalates into them fighting this monstrous eldritch being that consumes the whole universe and forces them to play rock, paper, scissors against it or something. Like, that's awesome. That is so much fun. As a kid, I definitely saw the joke comedy of that thing. I understood what the joke was. Yeah, it's one of the jokes that actually didn't go over my head back then. And I was like, wow, it's just a regular show, but such irregular things happen. Wow. And yeah, back in 3rd grade and all the way up through then, this was one of the most memorable shows back then. This is one of the big ones. I'd say this is one of the ones that had the biggest impacts on me, along with Adventure Time, Ninjago, Gravity Falls. But yeah. Regular show. The thing is, I had beef with it after that one extremely harrowingly cringe episode where Mordecai freaking got up on stage in front of Muscle Man and Stella's wedding and he was like, "Where's my sweetheart? Where's my one true love? Where's the Romeo to my Juliet? Where's the Eve to my Wall-E?" Like, bro, who asked? This is not your wedding. You're not even like the best man at the wedding. Wait, was he? I don't remember. But like, oh my gosh. I think he actually took the mic from Muscle Man. And I was like, what? Mordecai, throughout the show, the whole show, I rooted for you, Mordecai. I was on your side. When Rigby was being a total little dingus, a little squeaker, a little shrimp that you could crush between your fingers. What did you do, Mordecai? Did you beat the crud out of him? Well, okay, sometimes. But were you justified in that? Absolutely. Did he get what was coming to him? Absolutely. Did Mordecai get what was coming to him? Honestly, even if CJ created an entire Supercell Clash Royale, even if she made an entire typhoon and washed him away and he drowned 50 bajillion times on an island. What? And he washed up on an island filled with nothing but spiked booby traps and man-eating bears. I still think that Mordecai wouldn't receive the comeuppance that he should have received for that terrible speech at the wedding. Regular show, that episode hurt me. It was even worse than the Finn getting really weird with Flame Princess and the Ice King. Yeah. So that's why it's not in the freaking S tier. So, yeah, it is what it is. Now I'll move you... Nah, you stay under Ninjago. Ninjago I respect more than you, regular show. Screw you, Mordecai. I actually remember I stopped watching regular show because of that episode. And I also stopped watching a lot of Adventure Time. I came back to the earlier episodes of the shows, but I didn't watch anything after that. I just couldn't go on. I just wasn't strong enough to keep going. Yeah. How unfortunate. Anywho. That's my spiel on regular show. That's my rant. Kid me has been wanting to get that out onto the world for a very, very long time. And now it's finally done. You have your justice. Young Justice? Yo, is Young Justice here? I did not watch Young Justice at all. I don't know why. I was not down for those like superhero TV shows. Batman Beyond, Iron Man, Avengers Assemble, Ultimate Spider-Man. Yeah, I don't know why. I really don't. But I was just more interested in. It's probably because of the lack of comedy. You know, yeah. You see, regular show was super funny. Ninjago was funny sometimes, but mostly had endearing characters and fun plots. It's just really all about the fun, you know? Are the X-Men fun? Are the Avengers fun? You don't really go to them for fun times. I would watch those shows if they were rated R or rated teen. Then they could show a bunch of violence. If they were, kudos to them. But yeah, I don't remember them being that way. Yeah, I did watch some of the other cartoons here, but I'm not going to rank all of them. Go Diego Go, really nice. Let's see, there was another one. Oh, Dragon Ball Z is here. Oh, Dragon Ball Z has got to go in the high tiers. Man, Dragon Ball Z was so freaking hype when I first watched it. We're definitely going in the, Okay, did I like it as much as Max Steel? I feel like B tier is too low, but I feel like A tier is kind of a stretch. I could make a whole other tier for Dragon Ball Z. You know what? I'm going to do exactly that. The DBZ tier. Boop. There we go. All right. Why is it not an A tier? It's because I think the pacing was a bit slow sometimes. Like, things would take a really long time to happen. But the times when they were happening, it was really cool. And also the viewing experience for DBZ on cable was not good. Like, I want to know what happens after we beat the androids. Because I remember this show would air like episodes in a sequence every so often. You'd start at the beginning with Raditz, and then you'd go further and further till you get to like, what was it? Big Gohan. Gohan turns into the big ape, and then you have something something. You fight the Namekians, you fight Vegeta and Nappa, then you get to Frieza somewhere along the way. And then after that, Frieza gets cut up by Trunks, and then you fight the androids. And then after that, I don't think the show really aired anything after that. I wanted to see what more would go on. But then it just reset back to the beginning, and I was like, what? These episodes are definitely out. This show was super old. You could tell by the art style. You could tell by how everything looks. So why won't you show me more? And that frustration, along with like the repetition of having to go through the exact same things, it's like redoing the Pantheon of Hollowness over and over again. Oh, I have to watch the Raditz arc, or I have to wait for the Raditz arc to finish on Nicktoons before I get to the Frieza arc again, and I have to watch through the whole Frieza arc again. Don't get me wrong, I like the Frieza arc, but I have to watch it again just to get to the androids, and then, oh shoot, I missed the one episode where the androids fight the main characters, and now I'm not gonna be able to see it for another few months. My gosh, I do not have the time for that. Good grief. All right. I've gone through a lot of the cartoons that I wanted to talk about already. I could talk more, but the feelings I have for the other cartoons are not as strong. Let's finish things off strong with a Beyblade. B tier for Beyblade. Beyblade. I bought a bunch of Beyblades. I remember having the Pegasus. I had El Drago. I had Sagittarius, which was really cool. I might have gotten the Bull. I'm not too sure. But I really enjoyed Beyblade, and I really love the toys. The characters and the plots themselves, I love the fact that there's such big personalities. Django! Django! Go Sagittarius! Like, that was so much fun. I didn't get into Pokemon when I was a kid because there's animal abuse. That's an evil thing to do. But Beyblade, I could get into Beyblade. These are just toys. They're just little spinning tops. They have souls, yes, but I mean, like they're not animals being forced to fight. due to the hypnosis chemicals that are inside the Pokeballs. Sounds like a conspiracy, yes, but like literally what other explanation is there? Do you think these animals want to fight and like get hurt over and over and over again? The propagandists will tell you yes, but MatPat will tell you that it's mind control, and I definitely believe MatPat more than the actual show itself. That's the kind of thinking I used as a kid, and it prevented me from liking Pokemon at all. Was it worth it? No, I don't think so. But is it what happened? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I watched the game theory video on why Pokemon are actually abused animals. Oh shoot, I hope this video doesn't get blacklisted. Nobody watches these videos anyway. This is just for me. But yeah, I'm sorry, YouTube. It is what it is. I'm too lazy to censor that. So yeah, there we go. Let's get rid of Mighty Ducks. Mighty Ducks has no reason to be here. I just want Amphibia to be shown. Yeah. These are, I'd say, the most memorable and biggest impactful shows on me as a kid. Pac-Man did not really impact me very much. SpongeBob, I just watched a lot just because it was there. Fish Hooks, I liked it at first, but now I realize it's Booty Cheeks. Wait, no. As a kid, I knew it was Booty Cheeks as well. But yeah. These are the shows I either watched the most and thus have opinions on it, or the shows where I have strong opinions on them. Plus Tom and Jerry. I don't feel super strongly about Tom and Jerry. But yeah, there we go. Hope whoever watched this enjoyed watching this. Enjoyed me just yapping for a whole hour about cartoons. Oh my gosh. I could have been doing push-ups. Gosh dang it. My gains are ruined. See y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.